Hi all, this is Karthik and Sana. We both work in IT industry. So I think I was continuing a series on becoming a person of influence, right, from John Maxwell and Jim Donnan. So I'll be ending this series today. Okay, so we had a couple of points that we shared before in our previous talks. I'll quickly share my screen and we'll do a recap and go ahead with this. So I hope you are able to see the screen, right? Okay. So the last aspect which I want to talk in this book is a person of influence, okay, reproduces other influences. Okay. So just to have a small recap, we discussed about being a model, that is having integrity with people. And second is motivate by nurturing them. Third is being a mentor by navigating through their life difficulties and empowering them. And the last aspect which I'm going to talk today is about multiplying. Okay. How you can reproduce other influences. Okay. So let us understand what is the power of multiplication. So the author actually clearly explained, both the authors tell how successful they were because of implementing this topic, I mean, implementing this aspect in their life, reproducing influences and developing leaders, right? So they tell it is like a relay race. Okay, if you're running very well, fine. But if you're not able to pass on the baton to another runner, okay, you will be losing it. Okay, so you need to be able to pass on the baton smoothly to other people by influencing them and being a good leader. Okay, so what is the power of multiplication? Let us quickly go ahead. So reproducing leaders raises your influence to a new level. Okay, so if you take when you influence another person, when you influence another leader, okay, you're not just influencing that person, but you're indirectly influencing people that they influence, right? So reproducing leaders raises the new leader's personal potential. Okay, so if you are an independent resource working on it, working individually and getting credit, but you will be able to achieve only that much. But if you learn leadership principles and if you apply this technique of influencing others and making developing leaders, you will be like, you can blow the lid off your personal potential, right? So reproducing leaders multiplies resources. Okay, so as a leader, when you pass on when you delegate the authority and share the load to others, okay, you will get some time and loyalty as well. Okay, so reproducing leaders ensures a positive future for the entire organization. Okay. Never be afraid of having or managing people who are better than you in certain aspects. Okay, because of them your organization flourish even if you retire or even if you leave. So John Maxwell tells a beautiful example in from his own story, a real life story. In 1955, he resigned as a senior pastor from one of the churches where he had served 14 years. Okay, so when he had resigned and he started a new organization called Enjoy that was focused more on leadership growth and personality development, and that also became successful. But during that time, he got a beautiful letter from his previous church from one of his leaders saying, after he left that church, okay, it actually grew more than after he left. Okay, how can it be done? Because after 14 years of his service in that church, because he was able to develop and reproduce leaders there. Okay, so that's how it was able to run. So next thing is we'll quickly see how we can awaken the reproducer in you. Okay, everyone will have that characteristic, but how you can uh, awaken that reproducer in you. Okay, first one is lead yourself well. If you don't lead yourself, how can you lead others? Okay, it's common sense, right? So it seems like the majority of the leaders are unsuccessful because they lack the inability. They have, I mean, they can't lead themselves. Okay, they lack that ability to lead themselves first. Okay, so what are those leadership characteristics? It can be vision sharing, or it can be uh, problem solving skills. It can be handling right priorities in your life. So many leadership aspects, qualities you need to develop. Okay, come have a strong burning desire like Nazir was sharing, and come up with a game plan to inculcate these qualities in you. Okay, so that you can reproduce. Then look continually for potential leaders. Okay, again, our industrialist Andrew Carnegie emphasizes no man can become a great leader if he does all the work by himself and he takes all the credit for it. Okay, so we have to continually, like they say, right, if a student is ready, the teacher appears. It's also true that if a teacher is ready, the student also appears, right? So commit yourself to developing leaders, not followers. Okay, so I am sure you definitely agree, if you take any organization or any country also as such, okay, there is a leadership crisis. Okay, so if you take the strength of any organization or a population of any country and the number of leaders it has, you'll be astonished. Okay, there is a huge gap, right? So again, John Maxwell tells in every of one of his book, everything rises and falls on leadership. Okay, and the one more thing is put your team first. Okay, I have some questions from the book which can decide whether you're putting your team first. Okay, what are they? So do I add value to others? Do I add value to the organization? Am I quick to give away the credit when things go right? Okay, is our team consistently adding new members? Do I use my bench players as much as I could? Okay, do many people on the team consistently make important decisions? Okay, is our team's emphasis on creating victories, okay, more than producing stars? Okay, if any one of your question has no as your answer, then you have to reevaluate your attitude towards your team. Okay, so one more, the last slide which I wanted to talk about is moving from maintenance to multiplication. Okay, so everyone organization of majority of the leaders are in maintenance mode. Okay, they are not growing. First one is like scramble. If you see 20% of the leaders in the development ladder, okay, they are not developing themselves and they're not helping people in their organization also develop. So because of which employees get frustrated and they move on. Okay, so these leaders are in a constant search of replacing their employees. Okay, that's why it's called scramble. Okay, second is survival. 50% of the leaders are in this level. Okay, wherein they are not growing, but they know how to maintain the employees in their organization. Okay, the employees are not leaving. At the same time, they are also not growing because their personal potential is not growing. They are also not getting any benefits, and employees are also not getting any benefit. I mean, the leaders. So as such, the organization is just average. Okay, people are just sustaining with no hope in the future. Okay, so siphon. Okay, 10% of the leaders are in this level. Okay, so wherein leaders are able to help develop other employees with their, they're able to influence and develop their leadership level, but they don't have good relationship with those people. So what do the leaders do? They will look out for other opportunities. So once they leave, again these people, the leaders takes so much time, a lot of time to replace them. Okay, so that's why it's called like they are siphoned off from the organization, right? So third is last but one is synergy. Okay, 19% of the leadership, I mean leaders are in this development ladder, wherein they also develop themselves. They also help employees develop, giving those benefits. They empower the employees. All those things are taken care. So what wonderful can happen, right? There is a synergy in the team because as such the entire company grows. Okay, rather than in parts. So, but the last level is significance. Okay, so majority of the people, leaders who are in synergy level, they don't realize they can move one step ahead in the ladder. It's called significance. Okay, this is where actual reproduction happens. Okay, a lot of leaders emerge because of reproducing influences. Like whatever I told till now, they will be implementing this. Okay, so that's how like world gets impacted, and there are the potential and growth opportunities in significance is limitless. Okay, so finally I wanted to say, don't judge each day, okay, by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Okay, so that's how leadership is. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay, so you have to see how good your seeds are getting planted every day. Okay, so before I end, I would like to share a small story from like our book club is a perfect example. So if you see, we were attending Thursday book club. I think from past 1 year, Vijay has really attended any of the book club, right? I think he has attended, I think Saurabh can recall. He had attended only one book club wherein he helped us play a cash flow game and understand financial literacy. But almost one continuous year, like Kiran was driving the book club, right? And we were able to spin off because all the credit goes to you guys also for being participative and coming up with your good talks, right? So that's how the vision of PIM is impacting 1 lakh professionals with effective communication life skills this year. How we can do is by multiplying our book club, right? I think there are some 30 book clubs which will happen at PIM level. And when we can multiply our book clubs, when we can reproduce the leaders and the influencers, right? That's how we can achieve the vision of them, PIM of Vijay also. And internally, we can also grow ourselves. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share. And yeah, so thank you so much.